After a massive win at UFC 280 beating Volkan Oezdemir via unanimous decision, it got me thinking that could Nikita, the minor, Krylov be a serious title contender in the 205 pounds division, and could he even go on to win the light heavyweight title at some stage? After a fairly comfortable fight at UFC 280, Nikita Krylov saw himself moving up the ranks from number 10 to number 8 in the light heavyweight ranks. Krylov's current record is 29-9, however, Krylov's UFC record is only 10-7. Krylov has fought some of the best light heavyweights during his 2 stints in the UFC. Some of his wins include Marcos Rogerio de Lima, Ovince St. Preux, Johnny Walker and Alexander Gustafsson, while some of Krylov's notable losses have come against Jan Blachowicz, Glover Teixeira, Magomed Ankalaev and Paul Craig. Since his return to the UFC in 2018, 3 of the 4 opponents that Krylov has lost to, the opponents listed previously, are currently ranked number 1, number 2 and number 3 in the light heavyweight division. This shows that Krylov isn't losing to nobodies. Anytime he loses, he is losing to the best of the best. If you look at Krylov's split decision loss to former light heavyweight champion and current number 1 contender Glover Teixeira, Krylov actually landed the more significant strikes in the fight. Krylov landed more takedowns than Teixeira and Krylov had more control time. The thing that probably lost Krylov the fight was the lack of work he did when he was in control. Even if you look at his unanimous decision victory against Volkan Oezdemir, Krylov was rocked early in the first round but then came back to win the fight comfortably. Krylov landed the more significant strikes. He landed 7 takedowns out of 20 attempted and he had a total of 9 minutes worth of control time. So if Krylov was to fight for the light heavyweight title against current champion Yuri Prochazka, would he have a chance of winning the championship? Prochazka lands the more significant strike per minute but does have a tendency to absorb more significant strikes per minute, with Krylov having the better striking defense of the two. Obviously, Krylov is the better wrestler. He averages more takedowns over 15 minutes, as well as averaging more submissions per 15 minutes. However, Prochazka does have good takedown defense, which could cause a problem for Krylov. However, Teixeira was able to overcome Prochazka's takedown defense to land 5 takedowns in their first encounter. So, in my opinion, I think Nikita Krylov could compete for and win the title if he utilizes his wrestling, as it is definitely the best part of his game, and if it was a fight against current light heavyweight champion Yuri Prochazka, I think he would have a really good chance of becoming a UFC champion.